Okay, Patty Christensen here. I'm going to show you my morning and as needed throughout the day hand routine for my CRPS in my hands. So when I wake up, my hands are very, very stiff. Now my right hand, if this is reversed, I apologize, is in much worse shape. As you can see, the pinky has already fused and the others are desperately trying to do it. So this is how I wake up with this hand. This hand, my left hand, dominant hand, gets used more, so you can see it's got a lot more flexibility. So the first thing I need to do is kind of limber up, right? So I just have microwave mitts, nothing fancy. Sorry if they look a little gnarly, you're not allowed to wash them, so they just get hammered, right? Stick it in the microwave. Both of mine takes about 2.5 minutes, and then I just stick my hand through, especially the right or often both, okay? And just let it, kind of warm up, cook, if you will. The thing about this specific style is you can also put your hand up in here right on the little beans. So once it starts to cool, I can get a little more energy doing it this way. How long does it take? Well, I just do it till they cool off. Didn't want to take the time to measure it, but 5-10 minutes. Really, now I can do a little more movement, right? Now I can get about, here, okay? But those lower ones are still not wanting to bend like over here. So the next thing I use, I call it my hand robot. Now, any of these products I'm using, I am in no way compensated. And I am lazy, so they're all Amazon, okay? So there's probably different kinds, whatever, right? So I have what I call a hand robot. And the reason I call it is because it looks like this, okay? So, and this brand is, I don't know, TONGB, what have you. And what it does is it has different levels of strength. It's also got a lot of other cool features. But the important thing right here is the strength. And that is because when I first start, I can hardly move at all, right? So I have to set my strength over here back to nothing. And then run that for a little bit. And, I don't need to do the whole 21 minutes. Just run it till I can feel it starting to loosen up. And I'll slowly work my way through all of those levels. Now, what I want to show you about the hand robot, you just, you stick your hand in, and what I like about this brand is it's got cutoffs, okay? So if this is like this, it's air powered, right? The air is coming through. This one, I have to leave shut off. Frankly, I don't even put my hand in there because, that finger's toast, right? So that's how that is. Pause for a second. I'm going to put my hand in it and let you see how it works. Okay, like I said, it takes me a little longer. So I put my hand in it. Of course, this finger is out because it does not work and it would do permanent damage if I tried. It's completely fused, right? So I have them in there and I just push the little start button right up there. And again, I have to start on the lowest version, and you'll kind of see me, because initially it just hurts, because all of those crystals are all up in there in those joints. You can set the different times. I do the longest possible, or longer, because the fast ones frankly are irritating, and I'll admit that sometimes I'm trying to do other things at the same time. I don't sit still well. What can I say, right? And so I do like that, and it'll loosen up. Takes me, first thing in the morning takes a lot longer, a couple of minutes for it to loosen up. And then once I'm like, okay, you know what? It can handle that. Then I push that start again, pause button, right? Take it up to the next level. See my little guy, my little weight there, he's starting to fill in and, go a little longer. Again, however long it takes. Some days are better than others, right? Now, I will also say, you'll notice there's not a hole. It's touching my fingertips, not so much in here, and that's because that tends to be my hot spot. I can usually handle items on my fingers. Plus, these are, it's like that wetsuit kind of material, so there's some give and some stretch in it. It tends not to irritate me even when I'm in, in a bad state, right? And so I keep doing that. Again, as needed, stopping, moving up to the next level each time, right? The little guy keeps filling in more and more and more, and then eventually I actually can handle the strongest level, and I try to do that. Again, it's all about time, right? So I try to do 10, 15 minutes, whatever I can take. So that is my morning physical routine. And then there's one more thing that I add on to it. Stand by while I go get it. Okay, well, as you noticed with those hand robots, it's all being done for you. It's passive, which is really good when you're not doing well and your brain's like, I can't. It slowly works it in, right? Well, once that's done, what I use, because again, it's these lower knuckles that are desperately trying to fuse. Just one of these little guys, I think this is mid. Start with the smallest, whatever it takes, and I just squeeze. And why am I doing that? Because it is forcing these knuckles to engage. And I just keep doing that, as you can see. Not much in the way of strength, though that's before it just wouldn't even register, right? And so that also helps to really break it up so that when all of that is done, I've got a lot more flexibility in that hand, right? You can see it's, other than, the messed up one, you can see it can really start to move. Now, I can feel it right now. It'll try desperately to go back because that's what it wants to do. So throughout the day, as needed, I use, whether it's the mitts, the hand robots, this guy, whatever it takes, to just try to keep those things limber, try to keep them from freezing up. So again, that's my morning and as needed throughout the day exercise routine. I will put the links to the ones that I got on Amazon down below. But again, if there's, pick what you want. I'm in no way compensated. It's just I know some people like to see the exact ones that I got. Okay? Thanks.